So, Dan, we hear about blood shortages pretty frequently. What makes this different?
Boy, the challenges have just all come together to really create a crisis. I've been with the Red Cross as a volunteer for 11 years. I have never heard that word used when it came to the significant short supply that we have of blood right now.
Yeah, absolutely. This is something we are seeing nationwide. So right now, what is the plan? Is donations the only thing that can help?
Well, absolutely, donations are the things that we absolutely have to do. And there are a lot of long-term implications when we don't have blood. There's about 1 day's supply of blood on the shelves. That's critical. And so we need to make sure that we're making this public appeal to everyone, reaching out. We have a great number of drives that are scheduled today. I'll be at one this Saturday that's really important because sickle cell is something we're very focused on. Sickle cell, folks with sickle cell have to have regular blood transfusions. So it's important that we get the word out, and we're out with a lot of drives. Unfortunately, the challenges on both people who would attend those drives and in some cases, the people who are doing the work have been impacted by COVID.
And again, COVID just seems to affect everybody and every bit of life. If Dallas-Fort Worth were to see some kind of mass casualty event, could that cost lives?
It's certainly the kind of thing you don't want to imagine because of that short supply, hospitals have to start making difficult decisions perhaps when it comes to who gets and when they get the blood. And blood is not something that stays on the shelf for long periods of time. It has a shelf life, and it's why we're out appealing to everyone to please help us in this crisis situation.
High schools usually help with a large portion of donations, a lot of the blood drives at school. How much has that been affected with so many people having to go and being quarantined, or schools just going back to online learning?
I think you've got a couple of things going on there. That number is down by 62%. And that's so critical that young people, college-age people, are often able to give blood and do give blood. But a lot of campuses are not open to the public, or they're not even open to their students. So whether it could be a combination of they're not available to give the blood, or there are schools that say, hey, for what's going on right now, we think we need to take a pause. So another one of the many challenges that are coming together all as one to create this crisis.
It also has to be tough because in a lot of cases, when one particular area needs blood, they're able to go to another area to have it shipped in, and that might not be available at this point.
Yeah, it's an intricate system because it's interactive and interchanging all across the country, but the American Red Cross supplies 40% of the United States blood supply. So that's a big number. And that's why we are so very focused on that. Everybody's working really hard at it. And thank you for the opportunity to get the appeal out to let people know how badly we need their support.
Yeah, the Red Cross can be seen everywhere. Would we be able to lean on our neighbors, perhaps in Canada or Mexico, for bringing blood in if we needed it more here in the nation?
I don't have particular knowledge about the international impact of that. But I do know that within the United States, there's a great deal of supply. All of that is highly regulated by the federal government. And so with the FDA involved in that, it's really important. And it's what you'd want to have happen, that the blood supply is carefully tested and regulated.
Do you need one particular type of blood more than others?
Well, O positive, O negative, they're kind of those magic numbers. But don't worry about your blood type. That's not important. If you can find the time to give blood, don't worry. Get in, see us. If you've had COVID or had a vaccine, there are protocols to cover that, and we need your help there. So don't exclude yourself. I think the best thing to do is go to redcrossblood.org, redcrossblood.org. Answer all of your questions there, and you can find out about drives in the area.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Dan. We really appreciate your time here on KRLD.